to the first episode of That's Foul by Harsh and Unfair. We're coming to you live this evening from the Steve Bartman Auditorium, and this show we're going to talk a lot of rubbish. It's going to be probably a lot of silly talk, a few laughs, but nothing too serious.
No, but there's a few problems that we need to sort out though, and we've got that with the problem segment. And
we do. We've got a few different segments that we'll have running tonight, and then we'd probably have them going. If there's an episode 2,
oh, there will be.
We'll be happy to take on any questions or problems that people out there in our viewership might have.
Yes.
If there are any viewers.
I'm hoping there's at least a few.
There might be a few, but you know, let's see where the evening takes us. First off, Harsh, welcome.
Thank you.
To the Steve Bartman Auditorium.
Yes, bloody roomy here, isn't it?
It is. It's very, very hot, I must admit. You know, it's a bit warm, but you know.
Well, when you're in witness protection, mate, this is what happens.
That's true. We've had the production crew put the air conditioner on to keep us warm. To keep us cool. But that's all good. I guess probably the number one question we've got to tick off the list to start with, Harsh, is it's been a long off season for us.
Oh, huge.
And there's been a lot of different things happen in the off season.
Tons, mate. Bloody tons.
Over 12 months since we last graced the airways and of live streaming.
A lot of questions have been asked. Why weren't we at the Newcastle Grand Final over the last 2 weekends?
True, but you know, the off season's over now, and we're probably looking forward to some great things that might happen in the summer season. Do you want to drop any bombshells here tonight?
Oh, there's a couple. First off, I'm going to cross to the dark side and come play with you at the Strikers. It's a bit of a controversial moment, but it is what it is. That
is controversial, but I'm sure that we'll have a lot of fun.
We'll even give a weekly review.
A weekly review of hopefully third grade softball, because I know from last season my efforts as Ben Schwarmer in second grade were not fantastic, but
they were appreciated. But they were you got a stubby holder for that from your volunteering.
This is true, and much appreciated, and it gets a lot of use, I must say, a stubby holder in my world.
But while you've been Benny Schwarmer, you have upset a few of the coaches on the other team and players. So kudos, that's well done. It's not always easy.
I do try to do that. But probably what we should cover off, Harsh, is that, you know, obviously it has been a big off season, and people are probably asking, what have we been doing? And I haven't watched a lot of baseball, I must admit. I've decided to put my efforts into other areas, so I've explored different areas of TV, and something that really caught my eye over the off season was I don't even know how to describe it, and what I'll do is I'll just play a little clip for everyone at home.
Raku, I never quite understood you, to be honest.
And this is
Oh, Raku. Oh, there's the dream again. The goggles. Oh, God, it seems dangerous. Raku. So hot. It's glowing.
Fully a great pottery throw.
Careful.
I'll tell you what, it's like corn with clay.
Really?
It's unbelievable.
It must be Raku Week, because the dream's returned. Welcome
I've
to the
learned
Great
things
Pottery
that I've never
Throwdown. Rose, the
knew
Raku
existed
dreams
before.
come back. Do you want to hear all
Give
about
us a few
it?
of those.
No
Well, I
thanks.
never knew what it was.
Last time, the potters slaved over slabs
The good batch is very good for the spirit.
to produce twin Staffordshire flatbacks. I don't understand what Staffordshire flatbacks
And while Donna's pristine pair secured Potter of the Week, Shani's slabs buckled under the pressure,
I got a massive crack.
and she became the latest Potter to leave the competition.
This
time,
they throw down a lot of clay.
it's
and
back
they
to
fire it up
nature
and it gets hard. So
with a farmyard animal
it's like form
sculpting challenge.
with pottery, but you know, it is an absolutely amazing, amazing series. 7 series.
And you've watched them all, haven't you?
I've watched 7 series of the Great Pottery Throwdown. So, look, if there's anyone out there that wants, you know, a guggle jug or a vase or some plates made, I've seen how to do it, but to be honest, I'd have no ability to do it whatsoever.
I'm just picturing you like the whole ghost thing
With my
Demi
lovely
Moore.
bride behind me,
Yeah.
moulding the clay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, could just see Kristen doing that, mate.
Yeah. I think that just got voted no. It was,
I think it was a huge resounding no, my friend.
yeah, it was pretty much a no. Probably the other big news in and probably on a serious note for a change. Well, there won't be too many serious notes, but obviously the MLB draft this year,
Bloody massive, wasn't it?
massive. And
Massive for Australia.
let's just have a look at that. I really
With the
like
first
barn
pick
doors, you know,
of the
old Western
2024
saloon comes out
MLB
of.
draft,
Yeah, it's pretty cool,
the
eh?
Cleveland Guardians select Travis Bazzana, a second baseman from Oregon State University. The Cincinnati Reds have the next pick.
Guardian fans, you're a Guardian fan, you should be excited. Number 1 on the board, according to MLB.com overall players, first time ever a second baseman is drafted, one of one. But it's a special bat, hit 407 in 2024 with 28 home runs, 16 bags, focus around 50.
And one other. But obviously that's Travis Bazzana going number 1 in the MLB draft, that's big news for baseball in Australia.
Absolutely massive, mate. It doesn't get much bigger than that, to be fair. Good kid, I'm led to believe, from other people's experiences. You know.
Yeah, this is what we hear. You know, a good Sydney boy, grew up playing baseball in the Ride system down in Sydney, which is a great baseball program producing good kids. Obviously Jimmy Nadai from Rides over at Stanford at the moment. His brother Josh Nadai will be turning out for the Blue Sox this year as well. So putting out some really good talent in the Ride system, which is good, and going on to good professional and college careers, which you know is fantastic.
We might have to get down to a few Blue Sox games and do a bit of scouting, mate, see what's about. Let our loyal viewer or viewers know what we've seen and what's about.
See how we go, eh?
Yeah. Will be a big season with softball, though, mate. You know,
It will be a big season
Big
with softball.
massive.
But obviously, you know, look, we've got to cover the hard issues here, Harsh.
Yep. There's been a few this baseball season, hasn't there?
There has, but probably the big thing in the off season for us is, you know, there's no mincing around it, mate. We got fat.
We did. Massive.
So, you know,
There was no pounding the dick, as we call it, and I will elaborate. We do walk a really good circuit, but unfortunately, it does look.
well, that's true, you know, and we haven't exercised enough. That is very true, mate. And
We've done a lot of drinking,
we did a lot of drinking,
a lot of eating.
a lot of eating. Tours to America don't help because, you know, you order your portion of food there and it's massive, and then massive on top of that. So it's time for us to get back out on the pavement.
100%.
And what we do in Maryland here, where obviously we're based, is we pound the dick, because
It looks literally like.
pounding the dick is
dick.
the best way to lose weight.
Yeah.
Some people will tell you riding the dick is a better way to lose weight. but
Up this hill here, I'd love to see someone get on the bike and ride up there, mate. Because
Yeah.
I've tried. It's no good.
it's just not going to happen. But if anyone else wants to come down to Maryland of an afternoon and either ride the dick or pound the dick with us,
Yeah, all welcome.
mate, we welcome anyone to come down, jump on the Maryland dick.
I do know that Josh Voigt just lives up the road from us. He's
Well-
always welcome.
More than welcome. Come down and pound out the path with us, the Maryland dick.
Yeah.
Any way you want to do it.
Yeah, look, whatever. We don't discriminate.
Well, we don't. Maybe we need to get what's that? The Hawk Tour girl. Maybe we need to
Hawk
get.
tour.
Yeah, maybe we need to get her down and she can spit on the Maryland dick.
Yeah, maybe. Pretty good at hawk touring.
I have seen some people, spit while they're walking the dick, but
Yeah, not us.
Not
we don't
us,
Do that.
no.
No, we don't do no hawk tours.
no, we're fully professional when
Yeah.
we're out there pounding it.
Upstanding citizens.
Very true. So that's what we've been doing in the off season anyway. So we're back on it now anyway.
Yeah, gotta.
We've got to get fit for
Third grade softball.
third grade softball.
Yeah, got to get round those bases, mate. Got to get round those bases.
Well, I've got my game day sliding mitt there behind me.
Look, to be fair, our young fella recently went down to PWSA, down to Penrith, and he had a great tournament, must admit. He did some, stepped out of his box. But there was a couple of kids running the mitts.
Right. Did they have anything as flash as Gingy or
It
the
was
the
Gingy.
Gingy?
No,
Yeah,
they were
the
running
alien.
the Game Day Gingy. Big shout out to Game Day.
Big fans.
Big fans, huge fans. As you can see, we're wearing our Game Day team polos.
We are. So let's move on to our first true segment that we'd like to run on a
Yep.
semi-weekly basis. However often we can manage to pull content together for this fine show.
Yeah.
But their first segment is called Harsh, which is you,
Yeah.
or Unfair,
Which is you.
which is me.
Yeah.
And what we would like to do is, each week, and again, the viewers, feel free to jump on the 1-800 number or
Viewers or viewer, whatever it is.
whatever it is, and if they want us to compare two different things,
Oh,
we're
get at it.
more than happy to have a look at whatever it might be. But I thought tonight what we'd do is, for the first Harsh or Unfair, is to have a look at something that is probably at the top of everyone's list at the moment, and that's a race for MVP honours in the MLB.
Oh, massive news. Massive.
So-
Massive.
Tonight's Harsh or Unfair is going to be Ohtani versus Judge.
Yeah, right.
Now,
Yeah, very good one. It's a very good one to
I think
start
it's
on.
a good one to kick it off, isn't it?
100%.
And
100%.
look, I'm not going to give you a choice because I'm a Dodger man,
Yeah.
so I'm going to take Ohtani.
Of course.
And you're a Boston Red Sox man,
Yeah.
so I'm going to make you have Judge.
I don't know that this is exactly fair.
It's unfair, mate.
I like it, yeah.
So let's have a look, right? So we'll start with stats, right? There's Aaron Judge's stats up on the screen, and he's had a fantastic.
Had a quiet few weeks,
He has had a couple of quiet weeks.
but he just, I believe a couple of games ago, he did break that duck from such a quiet few weeks. Put the home run over, but still great stats, right?
Oh, look, there is no denying that a career OPS above 1,000 is unbelievable, sensational. So I think that's let's be honest, that's pretty good for Judge.
Wonderful.
And what does he do best? Well, let's have a look.
High fly ball. Deep left center. Doyle back. See ya. Boarding flight 50. 50 home runs. Aaron Judge has done it again. Amazing.
Look, being unfair that I am,
Half-century
not sure about
and the Yankees have a 2-0 lead. A bomb into the left center field bullpen.
Well, Michael, that's 50. I'm going to give him the silent treatment because you know what? I'm really out of words. I don't know what else to say other than to listen to you say see ya.
No, he wouldn't rock the field.
High fly ball, right field. Cave back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. Back to back. He's done it again. A 2-home run day for Judge. Home run number 51. And the Yankees lead.
Not a lot of celebration from Judge.
Soto and Judge go back to
If I'm
back.
hitting like that, I'm
The
doing
stadium
massive
is rocking
celebrations,
as
to
the
be fair,
Yankees have a
because it's
6-3
such a long
lead.
way to hit.
There's got to be another league these guys need to play in, right?
I don't know what league could hold him right now.
The old Soto Judge 1-2. And just great, a great combo.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So, look, Judge pretty good, you reckon?
Oh, that's all right.
So I'm an Ohtani man.
Oh, mate, to be fair, even I'm an Ohtani man now. He's amazing.
And in terms of stats, you know, obviously he ducks just under the 1,000 mark in OPS.
Yeah,
But you know, high
it's a
nine,
game change for the Dodgers, really, isn't it?
high 900s. He
let's-
does pretty well.
100%. And let's look at your batting order. Usually, there's Freeman in there. Then there's Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
And there's Ohtani, mate. It's if you're a pitcher,
It's a pretty hard lineup to come up against, isn't it? You go Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, and then even you come with a Will Smith or whatever after that. Yeah. It's pretty hard to do. But I think the other thing that obviously Ohtani's
guys. Ohtani smokes this ball to right center field, off the wall. Throw from Conine is late, and it's a screamer of a double to start this ball game. There they go. Throw to third, beats him, but he got his foot in. The 50th for Ohtani.
The accuracy of the slide.
In all of his bags, he has a tendency to read the throw, understand that the toughest part to tag is the back outside corner, and he usually gets it with just his toe and stays on.
Home runs.
That's a base hit to right field. Ohtani's 2 for 2. Muncie's headed for the plate. Conine's throws cut off. He's got 2 hits. He's got a stolen base. He's got a run scored. He's got a run batted in. And this game's been going for like 20 minutes. Head to him. How about 50-50? How about 51? Into second with a stolen base. His second of the game already.
Not many of the pitchers or the managers in the MLB are walking Ohtani, whereas Aaron Judge, they still he's getting intentionally walked more often than definitely Ohtani is.
Yeah.
But I think really it's 50-50, isn't it?
Mate.
They're not much between the two. So I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to look at things outside of maybe their baseball abilities and what they might have going in other parts of their lives.
Yeah, right.
So
let's get into it.
I think, you know, I'm pretty certain I know why you're a big fan of Aaron Judge.
Yeah, why? Yeah, why?
Well, it's because he supports the little people, Harsh.
Isn't that his wife?
Yeah, that's his wife, and he's obviously that's your sister. Or something, isn't it?
Well, if it was me sister, we'd be over watching a lot of Yankees games, my friend. Look, huge shout out, massive. Yeah, she's only tiny, isn't she? But you know, we've got to look after the little people.
I was thinking about this, you know, before obviously stitching you up.
Yeah, right. I'm sure you did.
maybe she's normal height, but he's just so massive.
Well, maybe.
She appears to be a dwarf.
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
Is that the correct term? I'm never too sure what we're supposed to.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Little person, little people.
Not too sure. Yeah. But that's pretty impressive, obviously, that he supports the little people.
Yeah, that's good.
But
we've got to have that.
We do, but look, I'm going to be honest. I think what gets Otani over the line is will be highlighted in this next clip.
Go, the first dog ever to throw out a first pitch. Was pretty darn impressive, actually. Shohei goes behind home plate. Here comes Decoy with the first pitch.
And it's a strike right down the middle. Little treat, little reward. You tell me he works hard on his game. He works hard on training his dog.
He's a real humanitarian, isn't he?
Well, that's just, that's unbelievable, isn't it? The fact that he can spend all that time being a pro baseballer, hitting 50 home runs and stealing 50 bases, and still have enough time to train his dog,
mate,
to deliver a strike at home plate on Shohei Otani bobblehead night at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But pretty good. But anyway, our viewer or viewers, they can let us know who's
your pick?
Who's your pick?
100%.
Was it Aaron Judge, Harsh's most favourite player? We would have picked a Boston player, but
there's none there.
Let's be honest, they're pretty average.
They are at the moment.
Rafael Devers maybe, but So, viewer, Shohei, or Judge?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let us know.
Like Otani, mate. Have you watched? We've just seen his swing. It's so effortless as well. Like he's a big unit, mate. He clears easy. It's not like they're just a home run. They are well and truly a home run. So.
Yeah, and that's I think Aaron Judge is very similar. Obviously, he's not as much of a threat on the bases as.
But is he not? Because they're walking him. Like, I suppose you want to try and throw at Otani because he is such a big threat when he is running on the bases. Because he's guaranteed to at least steal a base every time he's out there, right? He's quick.
Yeah, true.
Where Aaron Judge is not.
He's not as mobile, but
no,
still.
Well, both very good players and both deserve those honours. But I'm thinking with the way Otani's at the moment, unfortunately for my guy, I think Otani's got it personally.
Me too. So I'm the winner and you're the loser.
These things happen, mate.
This is just the way it goes.
It's just the way it goes.
Moving right along.
Yeah. What do we got next?
Next. Let's have a look at solving unfair problems.
There was a fair bit of this going on this, our off-season, Newcastle baseball's on-season. And it wasn't just Newcastle, though. It was all around New South Wales. Weather was not so great.
Weather was a massive problem for winter baseball across all of New South Wales this year. So I thought, I'm a problem solver. That's what I do. So we're going to solve an unfair problem, and that is, how do we solve the problem of washed out winter baseball games?
Yeah.
And mate, we deal with the big issues here, don't we?
100%, the hard hitters.
So, I sat down and I thought, there's probably a number of different solutions that we could look at.
Yeah, right.
So the first one, I went on a massive fact-finding and very expensive tour of North America to see what they were doing to get baseball games on.
And what were they doing?
Well, they were building these massive indoor stadiums.
Wow, that's massive, isn't it?
It is, and that's Globe Life Field in the States, and obviously massive big roof there. They can play 365 days of the year. Doesn't matter if it rains, hails, snow, nothing. So,
What do you reckon the cost of that is, Bart?
Oh, look, it's about $4 billion. So,
right.
I haven't quite worked out how many Bunnings sausage days that is.
That's a lot, but
that maybe we could get onto the NBA and they could have a look at how many sausage raffles they would need to do. Or
well, I reckon they'd need to do it at least every day for about 12 hours a day for the next 17 years.
Probably. So we can probably rule that out then.
Yeah. What about a grant from the government?
Well, I don't know if the New South Wales government have got enough cash to kick in. I mean, obviously, we've just had the council elections here.
Big upset there.
Big upset with New Italia. Goodbye. Didn't like you. See you later. She's gone. I think the only way we would have got any funding under that arrangement is if we said baseball was a dog and we wanted a park to run it round in.
Like a 365-day-a-year park with a roof on it?
Well, you know, maybe we would have got that, but the only thing she ever built was dog parks. I did hear just before she was leaving she was going to put solar lights on the dog parks, so that we could walk our dogs at night. But if anyone's been down to the Maryland dog park, it's a pool, mate, half the year.
Oh, no.
You take your dog down there to drown it.
I hope they can swim because, geez, it gets underwater, right? Like,
well, it does. So,
but they've put those lovely brick, would you call them garden beds?
I just assumed it was somewhere for your dog to shit.
Isn't that the whole park?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, at least it can do that in a fenced area.
I suppose. So does that contain the dog or contain the people that leave the shit there?
Oh.
I don't know.
It's a hard problem, right?
Well, it's an unfair problem, mate.
It is because like we don't take our dogs there, so it really doesn't do much for us.
No, because I paid for a backyard and I assume that's big enough for my dog to shit in. I don't need I don't need it to go down and shit on the council. But
yeah,
anyway.
well, this is true.
Anyway, so getting back to the unfair problem of winter baseball getting washed out, I've tried to find a cost-effective solution.
Yeah, right. And what'd you find?
Well, I stumbled upon these items when I was down buying some hardware at Bunnings.
Yeah, right.
And it's the...
How much is it?
Well, they're about $12.
Oh, that's cheap as chip.
For a Bunnings umbrella.
Yeah, right.
So... Now you're going to have to, this is going to get heavy for you, Harsh, because I'm going to delve into the world of mathematics.
Oh, that's not my strong point.
It's probably not, but let's say the area of a circle is pi r squared.
Yeah.
Do you remember that from school?
I do.
And I've even got the perimeter. That we don't need to worry about the perimeter, though. Just the area is pi r squared. So if we go back to our humble Bunnings umbrella, and I've calculated that the radius of the Bunnings umbrella is 26 inches. Now don't ask me how I worked out it was 26 inches, just trust me, it's 26 inches.
All right, I won't go in there.
No. So that gives us an area of 16 foot. Right? For a Bunnings umbrella. So what we would need to do if we said, let's just quickly look at an average baseball field. An average baseball field is 8,500 square metres.
Right.
Square feet, sorry. I did this in feet.
Feet, yeah.
Feet, because we're talking about baseball. Everything's feet and yards.
Yeah, good job. Well done.
Okay, so 8,500 square feet for the average baseball field. Yeah. So if we go back to our Bunnings umbrella, we would need 532 Bunnings umbrellas to cover a baseball field.
All right, times that by $12. What does that cost us?
Well, I think we don't need to worry about the cost because what we need is volunteers.
Okay. Yeah.
So what we need is every time it rains or it's going to rain, it's forecast to rain, each club needs to supply 532 volunteers to go down to the field and arrange themselves in height order from home plate to the outfield so that the rain can hit the umbrellas and flow all the way down
off the park. That's a great idea.
So 532 volunteers every time it rains.
Well,
Is that? I think I've solved the problem.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think any club has 532
Volunteers. Well,
I don't even think they got that many players.
That's probably disappointing, I guess, that if they don't have 532 volunteers. I guess the alternative is when it rains and the games get washed out, people stop whinging.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. They could also just harden up.
Harden up, play when it's a little bit soggy.
Yeah, mate, that's right.
But I think it's been there's been a lot of, let's say, harshness and unfairness.
Not even coming from us.
Not from us, for a change, about games being washed out in baseball. And this is not just Newcastle. Obviously, there was a few incidents here with Watergate and so forth.
Well,
but you know
that was unfortunate, Watergate.
It was, but I think people have just got to realise, if it rains, the ground gets wet, and you can go to Bunnings and have a sausage.
Yeah, or to the pub and have a beer.
You get the day off. So it's probably a good time in this to, there's some fantastic volunteers we've got out there looking after our grounds.
Huge shout out to Toronto, the groundsman out there.
Yep.
Great. We were out there for third grade grand final last weekend. Ground was mint.
Mint. Damien Frost, great work. And Damien's not alone out there doing that, but I know he does an absolute ton of work at Toronto to keep that ground in great condition.
Oh, was mint. It was looking really flush, mate. It was good.
And I heard that the Boomerangs field yesterday come up a treat again.
Looked good, mate. It was all looked after well, and it was good to see that in between second grade and first grade that there was a lot of volunteers from Boomers, so they did a great job.
And obviously, it would be remiss if we didn't give a big shout out to Ian Voigt. She does a massive amount of work on the grounds down there at Boomerangs
100%.
for a long time. And, just singling those two out because, they're probably the most recent ones, but big shout out to all the grounds crew that help, not just in Newcastle, but, obviously all the grounds people here work really hard to get the fields up and running and get games on where they can. But, unfair's ask of everyone would be, if it's raining, cut them some slack.
Oh, 100%.
It's not that hard. The world's not going to end. They want you to play. If you can't because it's too wet...
Well, that's just how it is.
It's too wet.
Yeah.
So...
That's all right.
I think I've solved an unfair problem there. So it's either you got one or two choices: 530 something volunteers with a bunting umbrella, or shut up.
Yeah, I agree. And they've got to understand. Our players and our supporters have to understand. Without these grounds people, you just wouldn't have a game anyway.
This is true. Without their work every week, you're not getting on the park anyway.
That's right. And you don't have to do it because someone else is.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to put your hand up.
Oh, that's a big thing, right?
Get on a rake. And when you say get on a rake, don't be like council workers and stand next to a rake. Actually pull the rake around the diamond. So there you go. That's an unfair problem solved.
It is.
I feel like we're slowly getting, conquering the great mysteries of the world here.
Yeah. Well, on the great mysteries of the world,
it's time for our next segment.
Harsh's hits.
Harsh's hard hit.
Well,
and this is going to be a segment where it's over to you, Harsh.
Well,
and I say that with much trepidation because who knows where this could lead.
Well, this is true. That if you want something to erupt, usually it's out of my mouth. So here we go. My Harsh's hard hit today is unwritten baseball rules.
Oh, mate, this could be a can of worms right here.
So what we'll do is I'll go through them and we'll have a bit of a chat to see whether we think that they're okay, if we would follow them. All right?
Yeah.
So here we go. Don't run up the score. Avoid stealing bases or swinging at 3-0 pitches when your team has a large lead.
Rubbish.
Yeah, 100%. Like, we have been, and to be fair, we played 5th grade baseball.
Yeah.
And we played a certain team, and we didn't do a lot of batting.
We didn't, and I, you know what? I don't think in that whole season we scored many runs.
Not against that team, but
No.
I think they had us like running 20 runs at one point, 20 to 2 or 20 to 3, and mate, they just kept going. So look, for me, if it's good enough for the goose, it's good enough for the gander.
Yeah. Well, I always wonder with that rule, what is it actually, well, that unwritten rule? What's it teaching anyone anyway?
I don't know.
You know, that someone gets a certain amount in front, and then we go, hey, we know you're rubbish, so we're going to stop trying. No. It's like the participation awards. It's just no point in my view. So for me, nah.
Yeah.
Ground them into the dust.
Well, unless you're on the other end, we don't.
I've been on the other end.
On the other end. We want to have a turn at the other side.
That's it.
Yeah. Respect the pitcher. Don't swing at the first pitch after back-to-back home runs.
Look, if the pitch has been shit, 2 pitches in a row,
yeah,
why am I letting him off?
What if it's really fat and it's my only chance to get in a home run? Because, you know what, they don't come around often.
Well, I'll tell you, I've only hit 1 home run in baseball, and it wasn't even me, it was someone playing under my name while I was away. So if I get a fat one after someone's just thrown 2 fat ones for home runs, I'm belting that thing as hard as I can. Yeah. So there's absolutely no chance that I'm laying off that. I'm smacking it.
And if I'm at the coaches, I'm giving you the green light.
Swing
it. Light every
Swing
time.
it.
Don't show up your opponent. This includes excessive celebrations, bat flips, or slow home run trots. Once again, I'm sorry, I don't hit a lot of this. And if I do hit one, it is going to be a slow. There will be bat flips, and there will be signs that I've just hit a home run.
Refer to previous reply. If I miraculously do hit a home run, and it was after 2 other home runs, mate, I'm going to walk around those bases as slow as Nana on a walking frame.
Because you got to savour the moment, right? Yeah, give him the clean wave.
Give him the wave. How you doing?
Now, we've both had a bit of a go at pitching here, so here we go. Don't show up your fielders. Pitchers should not visibly express frustration at their teammates' errors. If I've just pitched my ass off for 3 digs and you make an error, I don't care who you are, I'm probably going to abuse you.
Oh, look, let's be honest. We've watched and participated in games where there's been more ease than at a dance party. So I think
a couple of Mitsubishis.
I tell you what, you know, I don't, maybe not excessive, but you know, if it's tunnel ball out there,
it's half the fun for us, isn't it? Really, sledging our own people.
The pitcher's got the right to turn around and tell the people that are supposed to be helping him out or her out to you know, remove the digit and actually do their job.
100%.
Ground balls should be outs.
Oh, mate. Well, to be fair, sky ball should be out too. If you got enough time to get under it, get it in the glove.
Yeah.
Retaliation through pitching.
Why?
Violations of unwritten rules are often met with pitchers throwing at hitters. Sometimes I just pitched and it hit the hitter. It wasn't even an attempt at that. It's just because I was off.
Well, I'd like to be able to have that much control when I'm pitching that I could intentionally hit a batter.
Oh, no.
But please rest assured, if I ever am pitching to you and I hit you, it's purely accidental because I do not have the fine motor skills to actually get it over the little plate box.
Yeah.
So, but I'm all for it.
Yeah, but usually when we're pitching, it gets really small because we've just heckled for the last 2 digs, mate. So
this is true. I got more chance of throwing a strike in softball, but again, it'll be a strike that someone can probably hit over the fence anyway.
Stay in the dugout. Pitchers relieved mid-innings should stay in the dugout until the end of the innings and not just walk off.
I hadn't heard of this one, but I think that's a fair call, isn't it?
I think they should be there to support their other teammates. You shouldn't just walk off.
You shouldn't just walk off. And I guess there wouldn't be many people in the dugout anyway, because I suppose they're all out on the field where you've been hooked from because you were rubbish.
Shit, yeah. 100%.
So maybe you're cutting a lonely figure in there just with the with the manager.
To be fair, the only reason that I'm going to walk out is because I've just been hooked and I'm going for a meat pie and a Coke. I'm not required for the rest of the day.
Go on.
Yeah. Base running etiquette. Avoid making the first or third out at third base.
Oh,
it's a coach killer, mate.
Coach killer, isn't it? So let's clarify this. If you're at second base, you're in a scoring position.
100%.
So if there's a safe hit, you should be scoring from second base. If you try and steal to third, you're still in a scoring position, but not any better.
No.
So if you get out, you've just wasted a potential run.
Yeah.
So it's an absolute coach killer. I like that unwritten rule.
Yeah, it's a good one, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
I've seen a fair bit of that. I did see an example of it a couple of weeks ago, and again, actually I don't think that was a steal. That was just someone running on a hit when they shouldn't have run on a hit. But,
that was the third grade grand
third
final.
grade grand final. But
Yeah,
that wasn't
that
a steal. But
no, he should have stopped it too, but kept going.
Yeah, if you're not forced, again, you don't have to go. So
yeah, and not that it made a huge difference at the end of the day, but maybe it did. Maybe they were going to get on for a rally.
A learning moment.
Yeah, maybe it was a bit of a learner. Not the great right game for that though, hey.
No.
Not the right game. So pitchers don't field pop-ups. Let other fielders handle pop-ups.
Well, I suppose it should be a good rule, but what if the pitcher's team is the one that you've got to rag out because they're making all the errors to start with?
Yeah.
Maybe you've got a better chance of catching the ball.
You nearly got to catch your own shit, right?
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
I think in principle, if you're talking Major League Baseball,
yeah, they won't.
You pitch the ball and then
that's where you end.
That's your job, and that's it. So
don't bunt to break up a no-hitter. I'm sorry, I'm totally against this. I would definitely bunt to break up a no-hitter.
I would 100% agree. Every day of the week, I'd lay that sucker down.
Yeah, 100%.
And probably because most likely it's the only opportunity I've got to get in it anyway.
That's right. Yeah,
so,
getting the base.
It's part of the game, isn't it?
Oh, right. Now look, I understand this one. I'm very much guilty of it though. Respect the umpire. Arguing balls and strikes is generally discouraged.
Well, I agree and I disagree, but I think I've learned. Well, probably not, but if you argue balls and strikes, the result probably ends up getting worse and worse and worse.
The zone gets really small, right?
This is it. So you end up not getting the result that you think you're going to get by arguing the balls and strikes.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, it's probably a good rule.
Yeah, I can understand it, but usually it gets pretty frustrating, especially when you're throwing your guts out, right? You throw your guts out, you really want it to be fair. So, in that, we don't want umpires injecting themselves into the game. The game's not about you. You're there to officiate it, and we thank you very much because it's not the easiest job.
It is true. It's probably on that unwritten rule, we probably forgot one of the greatest things that happened in the off season, and that was the retirement of Angel Hernandez.
Oh, I'm sure everyone thought that was the greatest thing of all time. Let's go to
hot looking Harper. Lauer awfully impressive.
A couple of howlers, right?
He gets 2 flyouts and on the corner. 3 up, 3 down.
He had a zone.
We'll come back to Philadelphia. We'll see second inning.
Like his zone. It was that big.
Strike 3, high strike, and Angel Hernandez. Coney's up here with his hands up in the air. Wow!
But then it always comes back to you.
Go ahead, Coney. Go ahead.
Don't leave it up there.
That's a strike.
Just a little bit.
Second inning. There's at least 2 inches.
Hold, strike 3. Angel Hernandez from McCutcheon.
The funny thing is,
Good pitch, strike 3. Feels like every half inning is ending with a called third strike. And the veteran McCutcheon dropping equipment and looking back at the home plate umpire. Like, really? And Andrew McCutcheon isn't moving very far. He's still looking at Angel Hernandez. We'll be back. Begins the inning with 6 punch-outs. Bottom of the zone. That's in there for a strike.
A couple of different picks today just before we
again, the K zone.
He was actually out in the field.
Ball, strike 1. Segura looks back at Angel. Now has a few words with the home plate umpire.
Yeah, that conversation's held in Spanish.
Police on the board and in the lead. It's called strike. He goes to a knee.
And then they had to go through.
It's the ability to throw every pitch at any count for a strike, and then also as a chase pitch.
Yeah, on that note, obviously, yeah, Angel, he's hung up the boots and
coming for a trip to Australia. Do you know?
He might be picking up the kit and coming down and doing the ABL.
Maybe.
Who knows? But
guest umpire.
Wait and see.
If it happens, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Angel Hernandez, opening day at the Blue Sox.
So that one is Harsh's hard hits.
Harsh's hard hits. And on that note, that pretty much brings us to the end of the show today, Harsh. Unless you've got anything else.
I've got nothing else, mate. What about you?
No, I think I'm all good. We've got a massive crowd in here tonight. I know Steve Barton and all the team going mental. Hopefully we get just as many people tuning in on YouTube where this will be posted. But, you know, if not,
so be it. We'll be here next week.
we'll still be doing the same thing. So go nuts, cheer, laugh, do whatever you want. But from me, Unfair,
and me, Ash.
That's all she wrote.